And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School, as we have reached the nighttime portion of day number 2. All the quarterfinals are in the book. We are ready for some semifinal action. Let's recap everything that has happened thus far today. First game of the day saw Springfield Southeast down Edwardsville by a score of 85-36, so that secured Springfield Southeast's spot in the semifinals as they look to repeat as champions of this holiday classic. Next game up found Rockford East taking on East St. Louis. That game went all the way to overtime as Terrence Hargrove missed a free throw shot in the waning seconds of regulation that ended up sending the game into overtime. Hargrove hits that shot. East St. Louis probably wins that game. He misses. They go into overtime, and then Rockford East comes storming back in overtime and takes a 69-63 victory over East St. Louis. The 12 o'clock game had the host Collinsville Kahoks taking on the Generals of Decatur MacArthur High School. Collinsville came out on top of that one. A 13-point victory was not that easy as it sounds. That game was close all the way throughout until about 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and Collinsville pulls out the 70-57 win to secure their spot in the day's second semifinal. That brought us to the game between Lincoln and Granite City, and that game was close all the way throughout. Granite City could not get out of their own way, though, with too many turnovers and some very cold three-point shooting along the way. Lincoln wins that one by a score of 52-47. So Edwardsville, East St. Louis, Decatur MacArthur, and Granite City all move down to the semifinal game in the 7th place bracket, and that's what we're getting ready to show you here as Edwardsville takes on East St. Louis. In the semifinals for later on tonight, the first one will feature Springfield Southeast versus Rockford East. That game's set to get underway at 6:30, and that'll be followed by the Collinsville game as the Collinsville Kahoks take on Lincoln at 8 o'clock, and then that'll take us up to the nightcap, which is the second 7th place semifinal. That features Decatur MacArthur taking on Granite City. On the consolation side of the bracket, the first game that tipped off this morning was between Oakville and Quincy. Quincy won that one 62-39 to move on to the semis of the consolation championship side of the bracket. And the second game found Altoff and Decatur Eisenhower tangling. Altoff came out on top of that one 78-61, so Quincy and Altoff will square off here at 6:30 over in the auxiliary gym for the consolation semifinal number 1. O'Fallon and Chicago Hansberry Preparatory School met in the day's other semifinal in the auxiliary gym, and the O'Fallon Panthers came out on top of that one 65-21. That pitted Madison against Belleville East in the final semifinal in the consolation bracket, and that was a back-and-forth game, eventually won by Belleville East 64-59, so Belleville East and O'Fallon will square up in the other consolation bracket semifinal. That then pushes Oakville, Decatur Eisenhower, Hansberry, and Madison down into the 13th place semifinal games. That'll be taking place at 5 o'clock and 9:30 respectively over in the auxiliary gym. So now you are all up to date on the bracket as we have it here in front of us as we get you set for this game between Edwardsville and East St. Louis. The Tigers come in at 3-7 after their earlier loss, and East St. Louis comes in at 8-4 after their loss to Rockford. These two teams getting ready to take the floor. We will take a break and come back and fill in the starting lineups for you in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, weshipstlouis.com or call 346-4884. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
And we welcome you back once again to the gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is what it's called. After the longtime head coach here at Collinsville High School, Virgil Fletcher, 32 years, 2 basketball state championships in that time under Coach Fletcher, the only 2 boys basketball championships in the history of the high school. Here are your starting lineups. We'll begin with Edwardsville. They'll trot out the same 5 that they did during the Springfield Southeast game. That is Malik Robinson, Nick Hemken, Jalen Tuggle, Brennan Weller, and A.J. Robertson. For the East St. Louis Flyers, they also will trot out the same starting 5 they had in their loss to Rockford East. That'll be Jashawn Anderson, Richard Robinson, Elijah Rice, Armand Williams, and Terrence Hargrove. So the first semifinal in the 7th place bracket getting ready to get underway. Edwardsville's the home team. They're going to be dressed in their white uniforms. They're going to be trimmed in orange with Tigers written across the fronts of their jerseys, also in orange. Speaking of orange, that is going to be the East St. Louis Flyers. I got them on the screen in blue, though, because both of these teams feature orange as their dominant color, and East St. Louis does have some blue in their logo, so I went with blue, even though the Flyers are going to be all in orange uniforms. They have their numbers in blue, and East St. Louis written across the fronts of their jerseys. Referee makes his way out to center court. Terrence Hargrove and Nick Hemken will square up at center court for the tip-off, and that one is won by East St. Louis. A big height advantage there with Hargrove over Hemken. And we are underway. Here is Jashawn Anderson. Anderson for East St. Louis at the top of the key, takes it over to the right wing. We're just underway. First quarter action, 7th place semifinal game. The winner moves on to the 7th place game. The loser will move on to the 9th, 10th place game. Nothing doing on the first go-around for East St. Louis. Edwardsville, they are coming up empty as well. Shot and a rebound by East St. Louis. Here is Jashawn Anderson. Anderson gets the ball over to Rice. Rice back to Anderson. Inside to Hargrove at the free throw line. Hargrove kicks it back outside. Anderson bluffs his way into the perimeter and then walks his way in and gets kicked right back out as the ball ends up going out of bounds. And East St. Louis will inbound right at the front of the Edwardsville bench. Anderson takes a three-point shot from the wing. That's a little bit too strong, and the rebound comes down for Malik Robinson. Malik Robinson brings it up over onto the left wing down here at the near side of the court. 1 minute into this 7th place semifinal game. Here is Nick Himkin, bluffs the three, takes it in the paint, and we finally have our first basket of the game. 1 minute and 15 seconds in. It belongs to Edwardsville. Tigers are up 2-0. Here is a alley-oop try that just kind of went awry there, and Richard Robinson takes it off the glass, and we're tied at 2. 6.5 to go here in this first quarter. Here is Tuggle. He takes it in and scores quick 2 points. And the Flyers want to make a wholesale 5-for-5 player change here and get their starters off the floor right off the bat. That's exactly what they'll do. Into the game. Travion Jones, Jabril Oliveira, Cornelius LaFleur, Kendis Baskin, and Carlton King. Back out to the front we go to Oliveira. Over onto the far side wing in front of the Edwardsville bench. That ball comes right back out, and it is LaFleur with it. LaFleur had a couple of key three-pointers in that game against Rockford, even though East St. Louis ended up losing that one. At the free throw line, it is King who picks up his dribble, and in a reverse layup there for Oliveira, and we are tied at 4. Here is Tuggle. He takes another shot. This one does not fall, and that ball is going to stay in the hands of the Edwardsville Tigers, much to the chagrin of the East St. Louis fans. Well, they're going to give it back to East St. Louis now. I can only see half of a body sometimes up here in this balcony. I could have swore the referee was pointing in this direction. I think I would have seen his arm pointing down the other way, but whatever, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Just ask my wife. LaFleur has the ball on the left-hand wing. Inside now for Jones. Jones, his shot, or excuse me, pass along the other side of the court. And a shot from there from the three-point stripe, no good. Himkin, he pulls down the rebound for Edwardsville, and the Tigers bring it back up. Here's Robertson with a three-point try. That one misses everything. Ball ends up going out of bounds, so East St. Louis will take over from underneath the Edwardsville basket. LaShawn Johnson checks into the game for East St. Louis. Here comes Oliveira. Oliveira over onto the wing for LaFleur. LaFleur from the right side back to the top of the key to Johnson, who just came into the game. Johnson then hands the ball off to Jones. Jones back out toward midcourt. And LaFleur on the wing takes it back out toward the top of the key. Cross-court pass back to Johnson, back to LaFleur. LaFleur on the right wing launches a three-point shot. That one's good. Cornelius LaFleur gives his team a three-point lead. Tuggle is going to trim that right back down to 1. 7-6. Halfway through this first quarter. Just about, anyway. Here is Oliveira. Over to Johnson. Johnson back out to the top of the key for LaFleur. Another three-point shot. That one almost went in, but it rolls across the front of the rim and then out the left-hand side. Rebound belongs to the Tigers. They bring it up. Here is Malik Robinson. Robinson brings it around to the midcourt stripe. Gives it up for Robertson, and Robertson travels. .351 left to play here in this first quarter. And Ethan Young checks into the game for the first time. Flyers bring the ball back up, though. Here comes Oliveira. Oliveria will get the ball into the hands of Travion Jones. Into the corner now for LaFleur. Back out to Jones. Jones dribbles and drives into the perimeter, kicks it back out. Now top of the key, Johnson, head fake, comes in, paint shot, no good. Rebound, and it belongs to Edwardsville. And the Tigers bring the ball back up. Here is Brennan Weller. Weller gets it into the hands of the just inserted Ethan Young, and Young turns the ball over. And we're going to have a foul probably on Ethan Young. He lost that ball and tried to get it back and committed a foul in the process. So Young picks up his first, team second. And with 3:19 left here in this first quarter, it's a 1-point game. Flyers have the 1-point lead. Backing his way in, off the glass, can't get it to fall. That is Baskin. And a whistle on the play will stop the action afterwards. Elijah Rice and the other 5 starters check back into the game now. Armand Williams, Terrence Hargrove, Elijah Rice, Richard Anderson, and Richard Robinson, and Jashawn Anderson. Here comes Malik Robinson. Robinson brings the ball up court, pulls up stakes on the left wing, make that the right wing. And now over here for Young. Gives it back to Malik Robinson. Robinson trying to dribble his way past Anderson. Now over to Tuggle. Tuggle gets the ball back, and into the corner it goes for Young. He'll drive baseline, shot's good. Tigers back up by 1, 8-7. 2.5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Flyers bring the ball up. Rice to the top of the key now for Anderson. Gets it into Hargrove. Hargrove from the free throw line, offset left, shoots it and sinks it. 9-8. Flyers back up by 1. Here is Ethan Young across the timeline. Picks up his dribble, throws it back to Malik Robinson. Into the corner, 3-point shot coming for Young. Hits the far side of the rim, rebound. That belongs to Edwardsville as well. Now Malik Robinson with a 3-point shot. That one's a little too strong. And this time, Nick Hemken with the rebound. Puts it back up and in. Tigers are the first ones to hit double digits. 10-9 is the score. Here comes Jashawn Anderson. Anderson brings the ball up and heads toward the top of the key. 95 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. A much faster-paced first quarter than the first game between East St. Louis and Rockford East. Hemken with a rebound on a missed shot by East St. Louis. Malik Robinson then brings it up. Shovels a pass over to Tuggle, who drives baseline, takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Ball on the ground, and no one seems to want it yet. Finally picked up by Malik Robinson over on the right wing. He'll take it back out to midcourt and give the ball up to Brennan Weller. Weller hands the ball off to Robinson. Robinson, spin move, free throw line, high off the glass, no good. There's Terrence Hargrove with the rebound for East St. Louis. Hargrove is going to take it coast to coast, and he's going to get his shot blocked by Brennan Weller. Ball ends up going out of bounds. East St. Louis will get to keep it from underneath of their own basket. Jashawn Anderson will be set to inbound. 52.6 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Roundtree comes into the game for Edwardsville and had a touch on it. Tuggle ends up with it. Throws it up to Hemken, who throws it up to Malik Robinson. Robinson penetrates from the left wing, takes a shot, partially blocked, and it falls down into the hands of Elijah Rice. Rice throws it up into the corner now for Robinson. Robinson back out front for Anderson. Anderson drives the paint. Get that out of here, says Tuggle. Knocks it right into his teammate's hand. Malik Robinson up to Roundtree. Roundtree, a no-look pass for Hemken. Another no-look pass into the corner for a shot and a score by Brennan Weller. Final 10 seconds. East St. Louis brings the ball up, trailing by 3. 12-9. Edwardsville has the lead. Here is Jashawn Anderson. 5 seconds left. Anderson, top of the key, 3-point shot. Rattles, won't fall. Put back, no good. Buzzer sounds. And we are locked in at a 12-9 score after 1 quarter of play. Tigers have themselves a 3-point lead, and we will take ourselves a 3-point break or something like that anyway. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke along with Zach Roseman. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahoks Sports Network. 1 quarter in the books, 12-9 in favor of the Edwardsville Tigers. Tigers will inbound. It'll be Roundtree. Roundtree into the backcourt, gives it to Malik Robinson. Robinson gives it back to Roundtree, and Roundtree works his way up. Shovel pass back over to Robinson. Now he gets it to Weller. Back to Robinson. He bluffs the three, pulls back, takes it anyway, and drains it. Edwardsville out to a 6-point lead here early on, and a steal. Malik Robinson will take it all himself, and that's blocked at the last moment there by Richard Robinson. And now back the other way. Get that out of here, says Brendan Weller. All the way up to Jason Tuggle. Bounce pass back to Weller, and Weller in the perimeter. Kicks it back out. Roundtree with a pass at the top of the key to Tuggle. Tuggle pulls inside the perimeter, takes the shot. Good for 2 more. 8-point lead all of a sudden here for Edwardsville. Here is a dribble drive by Jones, and a whistle will stop any further action from there. .6:57 left to play here in this first half. Terrence Hargrove saves that ball from going out of bounds. Hargrove looking to penetrate from the left wing, instead takes it back out toward midcourt. Being watched ever so closely by Brennan Weller. Now a pass, and into the corner. That one goes back to Hargrove. Out front for Jones. Jones brings it back over and hands it off to Rice. Rice works the ball up into the hands of Robinson. Cross-court pass. Here comes a 3-point shot. That skips across the rim. And the rebound handled by Tuggle, who gets it up to Malik Robinson. Robinson brings the ball up court. Stops at midcourt, gives to Tuggle. And Tuggle will hand it off to Roundtree. Roundtree gives it back to Malik Robinson, who hands to Weller. Weller back over to Robinson. Robinson, another pass out to Weller. 3-point shot, top of the key, no good. A little too strong. There's Weller with his own rebound. Into the lane, takes the shot, no good because Terrence Hargrove stole that ball before it even made it halfway to the basket. Hargrove circles, gives it back to Elijah Rice, who hits a 3-point shot. Back to a 5-point lead for Edwardsville. Here is Tuggle in the left corner. Back out to the left wing for Roundtree. Roundtree bounces a pass at midcourt for Robinson. Robinson sees a double team coming his way, decides to dribble on out of it. Here's Roundtree. Roundtree back near midcourt. Dribbles through the legs, in the penetration, and the corner. A shot that was partially blocked by Robinson, and a loose ball picked up by Edwardsville. Hemken will wait for the rest of his teammates to catch up. They do. Coach Battis shouts out high post. His players know what to do after that. Handoff from Tuggle to Robinson, back to Tuggle. Tuggle from the right side, swatted out of there by Hargrove, and then a jump ball called right after that. Cornelius LaFleur Checks back in for East St. Louis. Matt Stopka gets into the game for the first time here in this contest. Semifinal, 7th place game is where we are. Loser will move on to the 9th place bracket. Here's Hargrove. At the top of the key, near the free throw line. Shot taken by Robinson. No good. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Here is Malik Robinson for the Tigers. Caught in the backcourt. Skips it up ahead on an underhand pass to Roundtree. Roundtree into the corner for Tuggle. Tuggle back out to Roundtree on the right wing in front of the scorer's table. A kick ball by Trevion Jones will stop the action. 4:16 left to play here in this second quarter. 17-12 our score. 5-point lead belongs to Edwardsville. And the Edwardsville Tigers bring it up. Roundtree to Robinson to Weller. And a pass as Tuggle was cutting in from the right wing just outside the lane. Is a little bit too hot for him to handle. Edwards away. And a dribble drive by Jones. The Flyer ends in a whistle. Weller will pick up his first personal foul. Tigers' third foul. Flyers have no fouls yet in this game. And at the free throw line, it is Trevion Jones who went 2 for 2 in that loss to Rockford East from the charity stripe. Hargrove went 10 of 12 in that game from the charity stripe. He was 9 for 9 before he missed that one free throw that would have given East St. Louis the win, and he missed another one in overtime. Flyers bring it up. Malik Robinson in front of the Flyers bench. Timeout called by Coach Battis for Edwardsville. Let's thank the folks who are putting on this tournament. The 35th annual Collinsville Holiday Classic is brought to you by farmer-owned and locally produced Prairie Farms. Prairie Farms, the official sponsor of the Collinsville Holiday Classic, is supplying all athletes here with chocolate milk after each game. Get on the road to recovery with delicious Prairie Farms chocolate milk. For more information, check out the website, prairiefarms.com. .347 left to play here in this first half. Tigers up 17-14. 3-point lead for the two teams that wear orange. The ones in the all-orange uniforms, that's East St. Louis. The ones in the white with the orange, Edwardsville. Inbound pass comes all the way back out to midcourt for Tuggle. Tuggle was almost pushed across that timeline by LaFleur, but Tuggle held his ground. Here is Roundtree. Had the ball knocked out of his hands. Now a steal. Back the other way we go. Here is Jones, and Jones off the glass for two. Brings the East St. Louis Flyers back to within one. 17-16. Here's Tuggle with a bounce pass to Roundtree. Roundtree moves it up the far side sideline. Robinson with a three-point shot. That's good. 20-16. Tigers back out front by 4. Here is Elijah Rice into the corner now for Jones. Jones back out front for LaFleur. LaFleur will turn around and just hand the ball off to Rice. And Rice will take up residence in the slot between the top of the circle, top of the key in the midcourt circle, but he doesn't stay there very long. Now he gives to Hargrove. Hargrove throws the ball up. I think he was trying to throw a pass onto the left wing for LaFleur, but instead Robinson picks off that pass, and then in the corner, a three-point shot taken by Rice misses the mark. Rebound belongs to the Tigers. They bring it up. Here is Tuggle. Back to Robinson. He'll launch a three from the top of the key. It rattles, but won't roll in. Here's Hargrove with the rebound. He'll take it in and have it knocked out of his hands. Here's Roundtree bringing it back up for Edwardsville. Gets the ball to Weller. Weller pulls out of the perimeter, then back in, kicks it outside, and back out toward midcourt it goes to Roundtree. Roundtree being watched by Elijah Rice. Into the corner it goes. Nice head fake by Weller. He pulls up, takes the shot, and it's good. 2 minutes to go here in a very fast-moving first half. Unlike the first part of the day when everything took forever, this game is moving along kind of in a nice pace here. Whistle on the play. Weller picks up his second foul, team's fourth, and to the free throw, Elijah Rice. Flyers still have not committed a foul here in this first half. Good on the first shot for Rice, who went 0 for 2 in that game against Rockford East. A.J. Robertson checks back into the game for Edwardsville, as does Ethan Young. Next shot, also good for Elijah Rice, and his team now back to within 4. 22-18, Edwardsville with the lead. 1:50 left to play here in this first half. Edwardsville has the ball, and they need to get out of the backcourt. Here is Robinson. He does so with a nice underhand, sharp pass, and then the finish couldn't be made by Ethan Young, but Stopka cleans up the mess and puts it in, and the Tigers back out to a 6-point lead. Here is Rice. He'll pull up baseline, take a shot, and the rebound belongs to Malik Robinson. No-look pass down the way for Ethan Young, and then the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Jashawn Anderson, Kendez Baskin, and Carlton King check back in for Edwardsville. 1:20 left to play here in this first half. Inbound pass coming in from Robinson, and Robertson with it. And now Stopka gets the bucket to fall, and he'll go to the line for a bonus try. Carlton King picks up his first foul and his team's first foul. How about that? 1:15 to go in the half, and East St. Louis just committed their first foul. Stopka makes him pay for it, though, by hitting that free throw, and that makes it 27-18, 9-point lead here for the Tigers. East St. Louis brings it back up. Here is Jashawn Anderson. Anderson at the top of the key, gives it up now for King. One bounce, King gives it up. Back over for Anderson. Anderson right in front of the Edwardsville bench, dribbles and drives in the paint, takes the shot, and picks himself up 2 points. Under a minute to go, 27-20. 7-point lead for Edwardsville. Here is Tuggle. Into the corner now for Robertson. Robertson takes it back out to midcourt. From one side to the next, gives it up to Young. Young at the free throw line to Hemken. Hemken back to Robertson. Robertson dribbles. Young with the ball. He's double teamed. Robertson. A bounce pass to Henkin. Henkin trying to kick it back out front for Tuggle, but that got closed off quickly. Now Robertson across the way to Robinson. 15 seconds left to play here in this first half. 27-20. Tigers with the lead, looking to play for the last shot. They get the ball to Young, who gets it to Robinson. Robinson thought he had a chance for a three-point shot. Back out front, Hemken, Robinson, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Shot on the way and good! Malik Robinson hits a three-point shot at the buzzer to end the first half, and the Flyers take a 10-point lead into the locker room, 30-20 after one half of play. We will take a break here on the old program and come back and tell you all about the first half stats in just a minute here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahoks.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
And once again, we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. We are at halftime between Edwardsville and East St. Louis. And here's a look at your first half stats as the Edwardsville Tigers have a 10-point lead at the end of one half of play. Leading scorer in this one is Malik Robinson with 9 points for Edwardsville. After that, Jason Tuggle has 6 points, 5 points for Matt Stopka, 4 each for Nick Hemken and Brennan Waller, and then Ethan Young has chipped in with 2. Elijah Rice leads East St. Louis with 5 points. After that, Travion Jones has 4, and everybody else has 2, except for LaFleur, who has 3. Oliveria has 2. Anderson has 2. Robinson has 2. And yes, even Terrence Hargrove has 2 points. 3 points, 2 for 8 for East St. Louis. Edwardsville is 3 of 9. East St. Louis is perfect from the free throw line, as is the Edwardsville Tigers. Flyers are 4 for 4, while Edwardsville is 1 for 1. Rebound battle, Edwardsville has the edge, 18-13, and East St. Louis has turned the ball over 5 times compared to Edwardsville's 4. That's a look at your first half stats. We will take a break, come back, and bring you the second half in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you. Second half action coming your way in this 7th place semifinal game. Or 7th place semifinal game will be the last game of the night here between Decatur MacArthur and Granite City. Next up, the 2 semifinal games on the winner's bracket that'll pit tomorrow's champions against each other at 7:30 tomorrow night in the final game of this tournament. We're underway here in the second half. Robertson gets the ball to Tuggle, who gives to Robinson. Robinson has the ball on the right wing. Picks up his dribble and bounces the ball even to the right-hand corner for Tuggle. Back to Robinson, and Robinson finally takes it away from that right wing and brings it up toward the top of the key, and you could hear that smack up here, couldn't you? That was Jashawn Anderson smacking Malik Robinson, trying to get the ball, but he got nothing but skin there. And the Edwardsville Tigers will inbound right at midcourt. Into the backcourt it goes for Malik Robinson. Robinson bringing the ball up court, looking for a big upset win over East St. Louis here in this Prairie Farms tournament. Here's Tuggle. Tuggle underhands the ball to Robertson. Here's a 2-point shot, and Robertson follows up his own rebound and a reverse layup. And it's now a 12-point lead here for Edwardsville. 3-point shot on the way on the other end as well. That ball's tipped. And it comes down into the hands of Brennan Weller, who gets it to Robinson. Robinson moves the ball up. Robinson, underhand pass to Tuggle. He loses the handle, does Tuggle. And finding the handle for a brief moment was Robinson. He finally picks it back up but got caught in the backcourt. He brings it on up with a pass to Rice. Over to the far side wing, that's Anderson. Anderson slowly dribbles his way up closer to the perimeter there on the wing and lobs a pass inside for Robinson. Now back outside, Anderson with a 3-point shot that's good. 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter. 32-23. Edwardsville with the lead and the ball. Here is Robinson. Oh, what a nice pass that was. Underhand, almost going bowling was Robinson. He rolls the ball into Tuggle, and Tuggle off the glass for 2. And now we're going to have a timeout called. This one's going to belong to East St. Louis, a brief 30-second timeout, so that'll give us a chance to thank some more of our sponsors. How about the Junior Service Club of Collinsville? Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in the Collinsville area. If you would like more information on any fundraising events coming up for the Junior Service Club, that's easy. Head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and you'll know everything you need to know about any upcoming fundraising events for the Junior Service Club. 5:42 left to play here in this third quarter. 34-23, 11-point lead for Edwardsville. East St. Louis has the ball. Here is Anderson. Anderson gets it out to Rice. Rice dribbles out back toward the midcourt stripe and then heads over toward the right wing in front of his own bench. Out front now for Anderson. Anderson drives outside the lane, and he traveled. Edwardsville set to inbound. And that ball is turned over. Tipped in midair by East St. Louis. Here comes a three-point try by the Flyers, and that one, nothing but net for Jabril Alera. Here's the outlet pass to Tuggle. Tuggle has one man back into the corner. It goes for Robertson. Robertson pulls up, cross key, and a whistle will stop any further action. To rim, Hargrove gets the rebound and tries to put it back, but he's fouled. .437 left to play here in this third quarter. East St. Louis with the ball as they try to climb back into this one after being 12 points down, and that doesn't help. Rebound belongs to Malik Robinson for Edwardsville. Pulls it up onto the right side wing. Takes it to the top of the key and then backs up into the slot. 4:20 left to play. Third quarter. 34-26. Edwardsville with the lead. Here is a dribble and a drive by Brendan Weller, and he dumps it off. Oh! What a big three-point shot there by Robertson. Thought for a minute he dumped that off in the corner, and he did. Robertson hits a big three-pointer from there and back to an 11-point lead for Edwardsville. Here is Hargrove. Hargrove works it up into Rice. Now a baseline pass. Anderson off the glass. Strong move. Good for 2. That ball almost went out of bounds. I don't even know how that happened. Everybody's screaming. I think that ball rolled across the purple line and hit Tuggle's shoe and came back in play, and Tuggle then came back in and picked it up. That's what I thought I saw. Here's Robertson. Cut off, and now a timeout called. This one is going to be a timeout by Edwardsville. So each team has already burned a timeout here in this quarter. Let's thank Chapman Trucking. Chapman Trucking LLC is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. Over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy equipment to your work site where it needs to be on time. Give Christy a call for a free estimate. Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. 3:20 left to play here in this third quarter. Edwardsville has the lead and the ball, and a turnaround shot off the inbound pass. Didn't make it all the way for Brennan Weller. East St. Louis with a chance to inch a little bit closer. They take the shot, can't get the ball to fall. Tuggle gets the rebound. And another whistle on the play. Cornelius LaFleur checks back into the game, as does Travion Jones for East St. Louis. Anderson brings the ball up for the Flyers. 37-28. 9-point lead for Edwardsville with 2:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Anderson and dumps it off just outside the lane for Robinson. And then Anderson gets it back and takes it in for 2 more points. Flyers now within 7. Here is Stopka. Stopka gets the football-style pass all the way in front of his bench. Now to Malik Robinson. Robinson dribbles and drives his way forward. Kind of cupped that ball there for a minute, but no call. 3-point shot for Robertson. No good. Rebound falls down, and here comes LaFleur with it. LaFleur tries a bounce pass right into Jones. That didn't work, but Edwardsville saves it from going out of bounds and puts it right into the breadbasket of Jones. Now we have a foul called, just as Anderson was flying toward the basket. Jalen Tuggle picks up his first foul. That is the 3rd team foul. Flyers only had 1 foul in that whole first half, and so far they only have 1 here in this third quarter. Flyers, shot, good. Richard Robinson. Here's an outlet pass to Stopka, and a shot, no good. Excuse me, that's not Stopka, that is Robertson. And a rebound by Hempkin, and he puts it back up and in. Back to a 7-point lead here for the Tigers. 90 seconds left here in this third quarter. 3-point shot from the far side of the court. Doesn't hit home. Ball passed up. Here is the Edwardsville Tigers and Weller. Weller over to Robinson in front of his own bench. Bluffs the 3, gives it up for Roundtree. Roundtree takes it from the top of the key all the way around to the right side wing with a pass, and now Weller underneath the basket. Can't get it to fall, but he will head to the line for 2. Olivara picks up his first foul, and the Flyers now have doubled the amount of fouls they committed in the first half. They have 2. They had 1 in the first half. 1:08 left on the clock here in this third quarter. At the free throw line, Brennan Weller. Weller, good. Robertson heads to the bench for the Tigers, and back in is Ethan Young. And another shot coming up here for Brennan Weller. Weller off the right side of the rim, and Hargrove pulls down the rebound. Here is, that is Jashawn Anderson. And Anderson gets 2 points out of the deal. It's a 6-point lead for Edwardsville, and the Tigers just turned the ball back over, or did they? Trying to figure out if it was off of a hand or not. Referee down here on the near side sideline is trying to figure that out. Now the referees are going to get together and talk about it. Now they are going to reverse that call. No, they're not. The inbound pass is just going to come from a different place than originally thought. So the Flyers will inbound underneath of their own basket. And they do so, and it turns into 2 quick points for Travion Jones. Now it's a 4-point game, and the Tigers just turned the ball over again. Here come the Flyers and Anderson. He flies through the lane, takes the shot, and just like that, it's a 2-point game. Here is the Flyers. Roundtree tries to take it up. Hargrove knocked that out of there. And a chance for the Flyers to take the lead. 3-point shot, too strong. Rebound comes out to Roundtree. Roundtree with 20 seconds left, being hounded by Hargrove in the backcourt. Roundtree gets out of that, brings it up to the top of the key. slows things down a bit. 15 seconds left as the Tigers want to play for the final shot to retain their lead. And now we're going to have a foul on the reach-in. That's going to go against Anderson for the Flyers. And that'll be the third foul for the Flyers. Each team now with 3. Second personal foul for Jashawn Anderson. And Tuggle will inbound at midcourt with 8.3 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Tuggle gets it right back, almost lost it. Now he does. Then he gets it back again. And now he loses it. And the Flyers will have a chance to tie it up or take the lead with 4.2 seconds left. Ball comes in the backcourt. Anderson picks it up, starts moving forward into the paint, takes the shot. It's good. And there's the buzzer. We are tied at 40 after 3 quarters of play. Should make for an interesting fourth quarter coming up. And we'll tell you all about it here in just a bit on the Kahoks Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville, online, weshipstlouis.com, or call 346-4884.
Todd Duke back. Let's try that again. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We're into the fourth quarter here of this semifinal game. That'll put the winner in the 7th place game, and the loser will drop down to the 10th place game. Turnover by the Flyers. Bring the ball back into Edwardsville's hands. Here is Malik Robinson. A pass out to Roundtree. Roundtree travels. Chance for the Flyers to take a lead here. Trying to see. I can't remember if East St. Louis had a lead in this game or not. If it was very early. And the Flyers throw the ball away. I know they did, but probably didn't last that long because Tigers have been in the lead for quite some time here in this one. Tuggle couldn't find anybody to get the ball into, so an inbound violation will give the ball back to East St. Louis. .40 game. Here's Terrence Hargrove. Hargrove brings the ball up outside the lane, takes the shot, can't get it to fall, but he will head to the free throw line for a couple. Ethan Young commits the foul. Back to the free throw line is going to be Terrence Hargrove. Hargrove. Good. He was on fire in that quarterfinal game against Rockford East from the free throw line. He hit 9 of 9 before he missed that final one that ended up sending the game into overtime. And then the Flyers ended up losing that game. Flyers have the lead. 2 free throws by Hargrove has made it a 42-40 game. As Hemken inbounds to Weller. Weller gets the ball up into the hands of Malik Robinson as the Flyers have put on all kinds of pressure in the backcourt East St. Louis breaks that this time. And here is Malik Robinson. Robinson has the ball at the top of the key, offset left. And now Robertson gives back to Robinson. Robinson dribbles and drives over to the right wing. Back over to the left side. Shovel pass for Robertson and back to Malik Robinson. It's tough when you got two guys named Robertson and Robinson. Have to over-enunciate. Here is Robertson. He drives in and bangs off a body, puts the ball in the bucket, and we are tied at 42. .6:15 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 42-42 is the score. Just Sean Anderson being watched by A.J. Robertson. Now Anderson makes his move and off the glass for two more. And the Flyers are back out front by 2. Ball comes up. Edwardsville brings it up, and that's Ethan Young off to Hemken. And Hemken couldn't get it to fall. A poke back try also failed. Here's LaFleur, and LaFleur throws a pass up high for Terrence Hargrove, and I believe Hargrove ended up on the back of Ethan Young after that play. Ethan Young going to get called for the foul. Tuggle comes back into the game. Weller to the bench for the Flyers, or excuse me, for the Tigers. For the Flyers, a putback bucket by Trevion Jones now gives the Flyers a 4-point lead. Here at the top of the key is Malik Robinson. Robinson lost the handle of the ball. Here comes Terrence Hargrove. Hargrove dunks it home. That got a rise out of the crowd of Flyers fans here. Ethan Young commits a foul on that shot as well, so Hargrove back to the free throw line, trying to turn this into a 3-point play. Right now it's a 6-point lead for the Flyers. That one rattles and then falls back out. Hemken with the rebound, gets it up to Roundtree. Roundtree, top of the key, almost traveled again. Now gets to Hemken, back to Roundtree. Roundtree at the midcourt circle. Gets the ball over to Malik Robinson. Robinson, Tuggle in front of his bench. Jalen Tuggle back to Robinson. 3-point shot. That's nothing but net. That gets Edwardsville back to within 3. Here is Jashawn Anderson for the Flyers. Over to Oliveria, who gets it back to Anderson. Anderson back out front now for Jones. Dribble drive, top of the key. LaFleur bluffed the 3 and gets the 2. Edwardsville fans thought that should have been a traveling call. 5-point game, all alone. Robertson off the glass, good for 2. 3-point game. Flyers have the lead, 50-47. Flyers also have the ball. A turnaround jump shot. A little bit of a hook on it for Trevion Jones. Roundtree gets it up to Hemken, who gets it across the line to Tuggle. Into the corner, Robertson for 3. That one's short. Hargrove with the rebound. Brings the ball up court on a pass to LaFleur, and LaFleur has it knocked out of bounds by Roundtree, and the Flyers will get to keep possession underneath of their own basket. Well, this one's going to be offset on the sideline. Comes into Anderson. Anderson. Dribble drives into the lane. 3-point shot from the corner. No good for Jones. Rebound. Hauled down by LaFleur. He gives it up to Anderson, but a foul called in the process. That one is going to go against LaFleur. LaFleur is first, team fourth. Weller back in for the Tigers. Inbound pass comes in to Weller, who gives it up now for Tuggle. Tuggle to Robertson. Robertson bluffs the three. Baseline goes all the way through underneath the basket. Top of the key. Robinson for three. Short. Rebound. Hargrove. Flyers. Flyers bring the ball back up. Here is Oliveria. Oliveria gets it to Anderson. Anderson. His team up by 5. 3:15 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Semifinal number 1 coming up next. Springfield Southeast versus Rockford East. That game is scheduled to get underway at 6:30. We should be on time. We have 6 o'clock right now and 3 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter, providing, of course, we do not go into overtime. Oliveria gets it back out to Anderson. Anderson is fouled by Tuggle. For Tuggle, that is his second, team 7th, so we are into free throws for the Flyers. Hempkin checks back into the game. He'll take the place of Robertson. Jashawn Anderson at the free throw line. 1-and-1 time. Shot on the way and no good on the first one, so there will be no second one. Roundtree picks up the rebound for the Tigers. Edwardsville works the ball up and a foul. This one looks like it's going to go against Travion Jones. That'll be his first. 5th team foul. Flyers with 5, Edwardsville with 7. So Flyers have a couple more fouls to give before they start sending Tigers to the free throw line. Here is Roundtree. Roundtree dribbles and then puts a pass over on the right wing for Robinson. Malik Robinson reverses direction from the top of the key, back over to the right wing. And Robinson loses control of the ball. Jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Edwardsville, so no loss there except for precious seconds. LaFleur checks back into the game. Cornelius LaFleur, number 10. Back into the contest now for the Flyers. Here's number 12 for Edwardsville. That's Roundtree. Top of the key. Gives it up over on the left wing for Robinson. Now back to the top for Hempkin. Hempkin, one dribble. He picks it up. Gives it back to Robinson. Over on the left wing. 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Tigers trail by 5. Here's a three-point shot. That one's a little too strong. And the rebound belongs to Oliveria. He gets it to Rice. Rice over to the left wing, now reverses directions. Back to Oliveria. 1:40 left to play, and that's where the clock will stop with a whistle. Tuggle picks up his 3rd foul, and the 8th team foul now. One and one time for Oliveria. Misses. Rebound. Hempkin up to Roundtree, who gets it up to Robinson. He launches a 3. That one hits the inside of the rim, comes back down. Flyers, they take over. With a head of steam, here comes Rice, and he slows up a bit. 90 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter. Bounce pass and a timeout called by East Louis. That'll give us a chance to thank some more of our sponsors. How about Metro East Roofing and Guttering, locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahawk alums Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. Located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville, Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company that you know and you trust. Give them a call, 618-345-5679 today for your free estimate. And you can check out their Facebook page, Metro East Roofing and Guttering. .119 left to go here in this fourth quarter. 52-47. Flyers have the lead. And they have the ball. Trevion Jones set to inbound at the end of the scorer's table right in front of his coaching staff. Ball comes over to LaFleur. Gets it back over. And now into the hands of Rice. Rice, top of the key. Throws it over to Jones. Back to Rice. Rice being watched there by Robertson. Rice kicks it all the way back out to the midcourt stripe for LaFleur. Now to Hargrove. Under a minute to go. And now Edwardsville will have to start throwing out some fouls, and they do that one with Malik Robinson. That is the team's 9th. For Robinson, that's his first. Trevion Jones at the free throw line, trying to extend this 5-point lead. If he can hit both of those, then this will be a 3-possession game with under a minute to go. First one good. Jackson Weller, the game for the Flyers. Roundtree heads to the bench. One shot coming up here for Trevion Jones. And that one does not fall in. It stays a 6-point game, which is 2 possessions. Here is the Weller. Hands the ball off to Robinson, who gets it up to Tuggle. Gives it back to Robinson. 40 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. Robinson comes in from the wing. Off-balance shot. Can't get it to go. Put back is good by Robertson. And now Edwardsville would like to call a timeout. This is a full timeout, so we're going to go ahead and take a break. And we'll be back with the remaining 30 seconds here of this fourth quarter on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 2nd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, I am Todd Duke. Hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, and we're getting ready to enjoy the new year. Going to the Blues game on New Year's Eve, myself and my daughter, against the New York Rangers. Yeah, that game's a 6 o'clock game. It'll be over with by 9 o'clock. We'll be off the roads before any of the other worldly people take to the streets. Final 30 seconds here in this fourth quarter. It is a 4-point lead for East St. Louis. They bring the ball up. Here is LaFleur. He gets it to Hargrove. Hargrove is then fouled by Malik Robinson. And Robinson had some fouls to give. That's his second. That'll stop the clock with 20 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. So 2 shots coming now, as that's the 10th team foul. And a Hargrove at the free throw line. Hargrove ready to go. First shot, short. Anderson back in for the Flyers. Weller back in for Edwardsville. At the free throw line, Hargrove. That one's good. And that makes it a 5-point game. Jackson Weller with his height steps back out onto the floor for Edwardsville. 20.2 seconds to play. Inbound pass comes into Roundtree. Roundtree gets it to Weller, who just came into the game. And now across the way, picked off by Jashawn Anderson. Anderson will take it into the paint and hit the 2-point bucket, and will go up for a free throw after the bruise. That might just about do it here for Edwardsville. Right now it's a 7-point lead. Deshaun Anderson trying to make it a 9-point lead. Or excuse me, an 8-point lead. Or 9. Nope, just the 1. And Roundtree with 8 seconds left throws it up. Robinson for 3 from the corner. That one's too short. And the rebound will hit the ground and the buzzer will sound. Game over. Flyers win 57-49. And we are ready now for the 2 semifinal contests. First one coming up, Springfield Southeast versus Rockford East. That's our game at 6:30, and then after that, it'll be Collinsville taking on Lincoln. We'll have all the action for you. And right after this break, we will come back and set the starting stage for this first semifinal game. Coming up next on the Kahoks Sports Network.